Hello, Jeff Helvin here with Ballen Brands, and today I'm going to talk about the ever so popular topic of AI. Now, AI, I've made videos on this before in other facets, but I want to talk about this one a little more strategically. Okay, AI has taken over, right? It's taken over everything that we're doing. Everything's AI now. Chat AI. We've got so much stuff. Okay. AI, and as I've made this point before, is meant to be artificial intelligence, which would imply that whatever we're doing with this technology, it's learning as we work with it to basically get smarter on its own, to get more intelligent artificially. Okay. Now the trick is most of what we're doing today is not actually AI. It is advanced programming. It's search engine still, but working at such an impressive level to deliver us information. Now, the reason why I make this point is because when it comes to something like creating content, for example, AI, as we call it, is fantastic because we can simply go to a chat bot. We can go to ChatGPT and just say, please tell me 10 reasons why something, 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 right? We can give it these commands and it will basically do this rapid search on the internet and pull in all this data and information. It'll process it all out and then basically give you an end result, which is fantastic. We can then even go forward and say, okay, now take this and optimize it for that. And it'll repurpose the content and it's incredible. Okay. This is one of the, having content easily created has been one of the largest challenges that any of our clients work with. Now, at Ballen Brands, we build websites. We're a digital marketing company. We create content for our customers that struggle doing it on their own. We manage databases. We integrate IDX for real estate agents. We do a lot of different things. Okay. AI now, with so many tools that are coming on, online, you can build a website in a matter of 15 minutes. Okay, an entire website. But what happens is that AI still is only as good as we direct it to be. Okay, let me give you an example. If we're building a website, we say, build me a website around, I'll use real estate, Las Vegas real estate, targeting buyers and sellers. Okay, then it will literally put together files, do all the stuff. It creates this page. Use a Las Vegas graphic, or maybe it'll do that automatically. Creates a graphic because I told it to build a Las Vegas website or Las Vegas real estate website. The challenge is once that's done, a lot of people are still running into the what's next. Okay, great, it's done. All right, well, where's it hosted? How do I configure the domain name? How do I get email addresses, on there? What about creating a form for people to fill out? There's so many different things that go into this, and there's still, some tools are better than others. Some are already accommodating for those types of things. But what happens, let me just kind of scroll down the page here. I've got a heading image. I've got my logo that I've added. I've got navigation links. Now, again, I could literally, with today's AI, and I keep using the air quotes, of course, AI, I can say, create a website that, for Las Vegas real estate that has buying, selling, lifestyle category, locations, sold properties. Like, I can tell it to do these things, and it can literally just do them. It can put it together, and it's outstanding. Don't get me wrong. It's pretty incredible what this technology can do these days. But when we look at how the site interfaces, how users experience it, is it working on mobile or on desktop or the same, depending on which one? Again, that's all kind of like the easy, just top level stuff. I want to feature this property. Okay, I've got locations, several locations. So I said a Las Vegas website or Las Vegas real estate, but we have Henderson, Boulder City. I've got neighborhoods in each one. I can say, give me a call to action for someone to fill out a form on what's my home worth. But can it actually connect with a a tool that gives you your home value, like listings to leads or cloud CMA or something like that. IDX. What about IDX, right? And I've seen this discussion going on. I'm paying attention to the online Facebook groups and the chats, and I see what's going on where people are immediately like, oh, that's awesome. Can it do this? Can it do that? Can it do this? And usually the answer is no, or just link off to some other service or do whatever. But anytime we're doing that, we're diluting, the user experience, okay? If I didn't have IDX integrated in here, and I just had a button for them to go somewhere else and just link to another IDX, that page is not going to look the same as this page. My brand's going to be inconsistent. And now I don't have the navigation to the other pages that I've built, right? Like it's just very disjointed. It doesn't work well together. That's really kind of the key to this. Add my testimonials here from this page. Great, it can pull those in. Not a big deal, right? Make them rotate, make them do this, that. I mean, it can do, again, some really cool stuff, right? If you know what to tell it. So that's number one. We got to know what to tell it. Got to know what to make it do. But then also from there, again, where does it go from here? Usually what I've seen in most cases is that people can kind of get something off the ground, but then they can't really do anything with it. Now we're just stuck. We're stuck again back to having a tool that half works for what we really want it to do, or works for now, but then as I want to do more stuff, now I got to recreate it in something else. Or again, if I want to be able to do forms for open houses, if I want to be able to, do lead capture for buyers after a certain amount of time on my page, like there are tools that say make it do this, but and from an interface standpoint it does that, but there's still a lot lacking when it comes to the actual follow through. Okay, so again, essentially we're using AI to say build me a website, right? Well, what about putting together a bike? Okay, I can put together a bike until something isn't right, until the brake caliper doesn't line up right on the wheel and there's a little bit of a wobble, or until my the brake handle like doesn't isn't tuned in right, or until I ride a mountain bike, so until my derailleur doesn't shift correctly. Okay, then we have to know something, right? We got to know how to fix it. And even if we have AI like on a website and the technology to do all that stuff, do we really know? We don't know what we don't know. I guess that's what it comes down to, right? We don't always know what to command, what command to give it, what prompt to tell it. So we essentially then have to become website developers. How do we know, what structure is correct? How do we know the user experience? So now, if you are someone who's just so dialed in to how your visitors, okay, I want to take them through this life cycle. I want them to come to my website. I want them to see these things. Then I want to make them go to this page or suggest they go to this page. And then I want them to see my whole buyer proposition. And then I want them to see properties now that I'm going to show them. I mean, that's great, right? Now tell it to build a website that does that, right? Tell your chat engine or your program, your bot, or whatever you're going to use, how to do that. Okay, it's not that easy. Okay, well, I shouldn't say that. It's kind of easy to tell it. It's not that easy to actually have the end result. So again, really, I guess the point of what I'm getting to is that AI is fantastic, especially from a content standpoint. But there's programs out there now that'll build newsletters for you, which is awesome. Some will send out newsletters. They integrate with third-party tools, which is great. Once you have that all configured and set up, you might be able to do some really cool things, right? That's the goal. But we can't just completely rely on AI. It's not everything that it's always said to be yet, okay? It's getting there still. There's still a lot of development, but there's always still going to be an element of fulfillment, of editing, of changing. Again, it's a lot easier for me to buy a bike and make little tweaks because I can just look on YouTube how to adjust this or how to adjust that. It's another thing to buy all the bike parts and then plug it into a program to put it all together. Well, again, what if, right? There's oftentimes we run into these little challenges that don't quite play through the way we want it to. So we utilize AI websites, your websites are enabled for AI, meaning you can, we can do AI plugins. We use Elementor that has like little AI, some built-in AI tools. So you don't have to be fully AI in order to be taking advantage of AI, right? You're not necessarily missing the boat in that case. So my recommendation really is to use AI for what it's strong and powerful for. It helps really shortcut the content side of things, creating content. Create your newsletter. Does that mean whatever bot or tool you're using is even using the right information? I mean, that's another thing too, that sometimes there's misinformation. Is there a newsletter that says, hey, create me a newsletter and then send it out to my database? Okay, well, that's great. What does it handle? How does it handle unsubscribes? How does it do this? There's lots of little factors that go into, still needing that technical support, still wanting to have a foundation that is not completely reliant on what you command it to do and just trusting that it's going to do it right. Okay, so we have this discussion a lot. We get off in here, we build websites, like I said, we manage and maintain websites. We get recommendations all the time from AI or from clients that bring us what AI says to do on the website. And just like with anything, some of it is great suggestions, we'll absolutely do that. Others, it seems like the client forgot why we built the website in the first place, because it's counterproductive to what they asked us to do for them, what their target audience is. So if we don't tell AI what our target audience is, well, then it's not going to give us the right results if we forget that key. Or, here, if I were to say, build me a Las Vegas website, but I'm focused more on, Henderson or Boulder City or North Las Vegas or something like that, well, I completely missed the mark. Right? So if I just go, how do I get more business? Look at my website and tell me how I get, how to generate more buyers. It'll give you a whole list of things to do. But it doesn't know how your IDX is integrated. It doesn't know, really what the buyers are looking for in the market necessarily, right? It's based on just algorithms that look for data that's being published, and it just believes it's all correct and just says change all these things and suddenly you'll get more buyers. Well, it doesn't. Unfortunately, it's not that easy. Okay, it's a collaborative effort. This is something that it's still good to work with someone in the industry that knows how we got here, what we're doing. AI is a very important piece of the whole puzzle, and we absolutely want to pay a lot of attention to it. We just don't necessarily want to completely rely on it. I guess that's really the recommendation here. So work with us. Okay, we've been doing this for clients for a long time. We host and maintain websites. We'll build a website, and our clients say, please add this review to our review section. And guess what? We do that for them. Okay, we do it manually in some cases. We can show them how to do it if they want to do it on their own too. We're not just going to rely on AI to just go do it right and nobody's ever watching or paying attention. Okay, so there's certain things you still want to have control over. Do we even want that review on the website? Does it even put you in the best light? Does it say the keywords, that person who gave you the review, does it have the right keywords that we want right at the top of the page? Or maybe we want it down a little bit because the ones we have at the top of the page are more important or have the better words, right? Like, this is all part of human experience. This is all part of us still being tapped into our actual clients and still focusing on our business and not just trusting basically a bot to tell us all those things. Again, it's great. Analyze content, create content, tell me what people are searching for the most, all those types of things. That's fantastic, right? No reason to not do that if you're tuned in to do those things. But building a whole website, if you're not someone that's process driven, if you're not someone that is able to kind of give the commands and is knowledgeable in how programming works and project flows and all that stuff. Again, I'm not saying there aren't fantastic people out there doing that and using AI to a top level, but it's not as easy for everyone to use it that same way is the point. So use us. We've been doing this for a long time. We've been building websites for over a decade and making updates and everything else. So you can call us the Ballen bots, right? We're the Ballen bots over here. Shoot us an email. Please make this update. We make the update. It's on the website. Again, we're your leverage. We make it easy for you. not a problem. We're here for you there. So if you have any questions on that or anything else, by all means, please reach out to us at team@ballenbrands.com.